What really happened in the garden, and how did we get here? Our creation story. The Qur'an versus the Bible. In both accounts, the garden that Adam and his wife dwelled in was unimaginably beautiful. Then God created Adam from dust and breathed life into him. Adam was told to enjoy all of the garden except for one tree, the tree of immortality in the Qur'an or the tree of knowledge in the Bible. This is where our stories diverge. In the Bible, Eve is literally created from the rib of Adam. Whereas the Quranic account implies that Adam and Hawa were made from one soul. In the Bible, it is a snake that tempts Eve into eating the forbidden fruit. Now the serpent was more crafty than any of the wild animals the Lord God had made. He said to the woman, "Did God really say you must not eat from this tree?" The woman said to the serpent, "We may eat fruit from the trees in the garden, but God did say you must not eat fruit from the tree that is in the middle of the garden, and you must not touch it, or you will die." "You will not certainly die," the serpent said to the woman, "for God knows that when you eat from it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil." When the woman saw that the fruit of the tree was good for food, and pleasing to the eye, and also desirable for gaining wisdom, she took some and ate it. She also gave some to her husband who was with her, and he ate it. Satan or the devil is never specifically mentioned in Genesis. Scholars later deduced that the snake was Satan in disguise. In the Quranic account, Iblis was an angel who refused God's command to bow to Adam because he was prideful. Iblis or Satan was then banished and vowed to lead humanity astray until the day of judgment. The Quranic account does not specify how Satan appears to Adam and Hawa. Then Satan whispered to him, he said, "O Adam, shall I direct you to the tree of eternity and possession that will not deteriorate?" And Adam and his wife ate of it, and their private parts became apparent to them, and they began to fasten over themselves from the leaves of paradise, and Adam disobeyed his Lord and erred. So let's review. In the Bible, Eve is created from Adam's rib. She is the one tempted by the snake and then tells her husband to eat the fruit. In the Quran, Adam and Hawa are created from one soul and both equally tempted by Satan. So how does the story end? Then the man and his wife heard the sound of the Lord God as he was walking in the garden in the cool of the day, and they hid from the Lord God among the trees of the garden. But the Lord God called to the man, "Where are you?" He answered, "I heard you in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, so I hid." And he said, "Who told you that you were naked? Have you eaten from the tree I commanded you not to eat from?" The man said, "The woman you put here with me, she gave me some fruit from the tree, and I ate it." Then the Lord God said to the woman, "What is this you have done?" The woman said, "The serpent deceived me, and I ate it." So the Lord God said to the serpent, "Because you have done this, cursed are you above all livestock and all wild animals. You will crawl on your belly, and you will eat dust all the days of your life." "And I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your offspring and hers. He will crush your head, and you will strike his heel." To To the woman he said, I will make your pains in childbearing very severe. With painful labor you will give birth to children. Your desire will be for your husband, and he will rule over you. To Adam he said, because you listened to your wife and ate fruit from the tree about which I commanded you, you must not eat from it. Cursed is the ground because of you. Through painful toil you will eat food from it all the days of your life. It will produce thorns and thistles for you, and you will eat the plants of the field. By the sweat of your brow you will eat your food until you return to the ground, since from it you were taken, for dust you are, and to dust you will return. Adam named his wife Eve because she would become the mother of all the living. The Lord God made garments of skin for Adam and his wife and clothed them. And the Lord God said, the man has now become like one of us, knowing good and evil. He must not be allowed to reach out his hand and take also from the tree of life and eat and live forever. So the Lord God banished him from the Garden of Eden to work the ground from which he had been taken. After he drove the man out, he placed on the east side of the Garden of Eden cherubim and a flaming sword flashing back and forth to guard the way to the tree of life. So let's review. Adam blames Eve, Eve blames the serpent, God curses them all and gives Adam command over Eve. Adam and Eve are expelled from the garden. In contrast, the Qur'an states, then his Lord chose him and turned to him in forgiveness and guided him. Allah said, descend from paradise, all your descendants being enemies to one another. And if there should come to you guidance from me, then whoever follows my guidance will neither go astray in the world nor suffer in the hereafter. God forgives Adam and Hawa, guides them, and promises if they follow Allah's guidance, they shall not go astray nor suffer. Among God's names are the most merciful and the most just. The question is, which creation story exemplifies them? Discover the mercy and justice in Islam, men and women created equal.